Okay, so we are in the Canadian Rockies, which is a mountain range in Canada that goes down to North America. And right now we're about to do a few mile long hike, roughly 6 miles total, going up there, kind of zigzagging around till we get further up. But before we start hikes like this, it's always a good idea to know where you're going, how long the hike is, and then that helps you know what to bring with you. So all right, so now that the people are gone, I'll keep talking. You want to make sure that you have the proper footwear, since we'll be gone for around 6-ish miles or so, and it looks like it might get pretty steep. We have pretty heavy-duty hiking shoes, and we also have day packs with quite a bit of water and some snacks. Now, up here, there's a lot of bear activity, so you don't want to do hikes like this without bear spray. And with bear spray, that's kind of a last resort thing. You don't want to use it right off the bat, but rather in a kind of an emergency situation. But that doesn't happen very often, so I'm sure we'll be fine, but it's better to have it than not. So as we go further up the trail, something else to keep in mind is with us being at such high elevation, the air is thinner here. So if you might have done a hike that was somewhat steep at a lower elevation, it might have seemed easier just because you're getting more oxygen into your body. But up here we're really high up, so once again the air is thinner. So it's really smart to be mindful of how hard your heart is beating, how much you're breathing despite maybe not feeling like you're getting enough air. But yeah, so listen to your body whenever you do hikes anyways, but especially when you do high elevation stuff, because it can be a little bit dangerous sometimes. So do a little look around real quick, check out my surroundings, and yeah, then we'll head on up, and I'll turn this back on when we get to a bit more of a scenic area, because right now it's the very beginning of the hike. It's not too cool looking, so all right, more on that later. All right, so this is part of the trail. Been going for a little bit, and we've been climbing an elevation pretty quickly. As you can see, the trail is pretty easy to find, but it's covered with all of these roots. But it looks like we'll have a cool overlook over here. So let's see what we've got. As you can hear, I'm a bit out of breath, that thin oxygen. Oh, this is cool. Pretty cool. Whew. Well. Oh, you can see some of the glacier over there. So in this part of Canada and the Rockies, there's certain glaciers, so ice shelves, that are there year-round. Now, because of global warming and climate change, the glaciers are starting to melt and disappear really fast. So if we had been here even like 10 years ago, we would have seen probably at least a quarter more of the ice shelf there. It's a little sad, but hopefully things start changing for the better soon. But beyond the glacier, we can see more of the mountaintops, and we can see even taller mountains behind, also with glaciers all the way around. And as you can see, the trees go up until like a certain point, right? And that's because of what's called permafrost. So the ground tends to be too cold for the majority of the year for things to grow, and it's also super rocky, so the trees just kind of stop. And then from there on out, it's like bushes, grasses, shrubs, until it's just rock, and then snow and ice at the very, very top. Yeah, pretty cool. So here, as we're going further up in elevation, you can see that the trail is starting to become a lot more rock, and the trees are getting a little smaller too. And it's no wonder. You can see how high we are now. Let's get up to the very top and see what we see. See my shadow there. Hi. A bit higher. Hi there. Pretty spectacular. Let's get up to that top. Stop up there. It's a nice breeze coming. There's Uncle Jamin. So I'm not sure, but I think this trail will end up over on those far rocky mountain peaks, if you can see it up there. Cool. Let's keep going. So we're walking, and what do we have here? A little Adirondack chair. Looking over all of this. Let's go take a seat. Oh, look over here too. I feel like sometimes whenever we hike, we only look in one way, but it's important to look all around you. Not only to be safe, but also just to see. Watch my footing here. Well, this is cool. Quite the view. Oh. Perfect place for a break.